2,000 Borough fans have got to go there and hopefully roar us onto a victory. But you know what it is? It's hard to see now. I can't take it at Norwich. I can't stand Norwich. It's that club that just irritates me. Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Of course, I've been away for a few days. Apologies. I'm going to start getting back on the grind as from live stream. So, listen, tomorrow about 2:15, be on the channel, people. Well, 2:15, 2:20, I'm going to be doing a live stream of the Dortmund versus Schalke game. Of course, I know, listen, about a year ago, I used to go live for like 9, 8, 7 hours a day. Especially on a weekend. I know people listen, a lot of people love the live stream, so don't worry, I'm back tomorrow. I'm live again tomorrow, of course, for the Bundesliga. Possibly Sunday as well for the Bayern Munich game. Then, of course, on Monday there's another team playing, and it's gone now. I can't remember who it is, but yeah, I'm going to be trying going live for 3 days over the weekend, and then, of course, trying to get a Volta episode out, of course, on FIFA. It's been over like a month now since I last did a Volta. Obviously, like a Volta, I don't know, video. That's because, of course, Virgin Media was down and etc. Of course, my internet was a mess. But it's all back up running now, so it's all good in the hood. I don't know why I never said that. But yeah, listen, as you can see from the title, this video is all to do with sort of like the Championship and, of course, my team, the boys, Middlesbrough. And, of course, as you can see, I'm a Middlesbrough fan in case nobody knew already. So this link that I've got it off, basically, is from T-Side Live. And you can go and check out all the sort of things that I'm going to bring to you now. You can actually go and read the full article if you really want to go and read the full article. So T-Side Live, what you have to do is go into Google, type in Borough 24/7 News, and as soon as you click it, you'll see the sort of link at the top. There's like loads and loads of different like articles. That's one off the top one about the Championship, sort of like return dates and things being breached, etc. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a video on that because that looks pretty interesting. Of course, it involves Middlesbrough in a sort of major way as well, because of course Middlesbrough actually brought this article, hence why it's on T-Side Live. And yeah, I'm just going to bring you exactly what it said on there, and you know, possible starting dates, because of course I thought the starting date, which was obviously come out the other day, which obviously said our Championship can restart on June the 6th. Well, it looks like it's been put back even longer now, maybe for a good reason, maybe for a bad reason. Do let me know down below inside the comment section. If anybody asks me about sort of League 1, League 2 or the Premier League return dates or anything to do with the sort of Premier League or League 1 or League 2, unfortunately for you, I don't have any sort of information on that sort of league, or should I say them leagues, so I can't answer any sort of questions based on that. But listen, just go, I don't actually have an answer for it. I genuinely don't know anything about them sort of leagues at the moment based on anything I'm going to bring you from obviously the article that I've got in front of me. This is all to do with the Championship and a little bit to do with Middlesbrough. Of course, I'll then have a chat about Middlesbrough. I want to read all this off to you. But according to Sports Mail League's bosses, had to remind clubs that group training should not take place until May the 25th. So there's a bit of a positive light for you all. If you're wondering, or should I say 20th, your team's going to be allowed to go back to your sort of like training centre, etc. Obviously at your football club from May the 25th onwards at the earliest, after accusations that protocols are being breached. Now, no club admitted to staff doing anything more than monitoring individual sessions. But this is where Borough got brought into. Borough have strictly followed the league's rules and regulations, with players working on individual training plans set by Jonathan Woodgate's coaching team and reporting in via regular calls. So Borough have not broke any rules. Borough have been completely up to it. Borough have not done anything bad. You know, since these sort of rules and regulations obviously got put out there, Borough have respected them, which is very, very good for us. It makes us look very, very professional as always. But of course, there's been accusations, of course, of protocols being breached, and at the same time, no club has admitted to doing any of the things, which they probably wouldn't do, would they? Because, of course, there might be a heavy fine there, or something like that, so, of course, nobody's going to admit to it. But, yeah, listen, well done to Borough, of course. Keep it very, very professional, fellas, and, of course, ladies. And, you know, sticking to the rules and regulations, it's absolutely terrific to see, and, of course, to report on. It says June the 27th is the most likely sort of return date, or should I say resumption date, it says here. Of course, June the 27th, that's when it's going to be happening. So, you know, possible football returning back on June the 27th. It's very, very interesting, but listen, at the same time, it's very, very exciting on one hand, but at the same time, it's one of those where I worry for the Borough, because I think we've got about 17 different players out of contract. Well, not listen, it's 17. It is about 9 players out of contract. Probably from the end of this month onwards. So I'm a bit curious to what on earth's going to happen. Of course, if football comes back, well, Borough then don't have a defence. We lose the likes of, like, okay, let's go through it. Nemecha, Roberts, Ayala, Johnson, Shotton, I think Friends out of contract. Who else out of contract? McCurdy, he's out of contract. Is it McNair? Is he out of contract, maybe? Is it McNair? I know there were 9 players who were all out of contract, and I did pretty well, actually, to name 8 of them. There's one more, and I can't... Is it Ainsley Pear? I think Ainsley Pear's is... I don't know, it's somebody from the football club, anyway. Like I say, obviously, when this sort of season does restart, and according to this, you know, the most likely date is June the 27th, which is probably a bit better than, obviously, June the 6th, given that the, obviously... And I get that things have been slightly eased, and I don't know why I have to point out the window, but I get that things have been slightly eased, but I think it shouldn't be fully eased, and I don't think even football should continue back inside the country until there's like 0 casualties. That's just my own opinion on it. I think at the moment in time, I don't think the country's in the sort of right mindset to allow football to sort of be, I don't know, sort of like replayed, if you like. I get in different countries, they've sort of got like no cases now, so fair play, you guys can start going back to normal. But for us, very much like sort of let's keep it on sort of like I don't know, sort of like a lockdown sort of basis. But let's get back to the football, because obviously I don't admit it's sort of like I don't admit it's all like I don't know, I don't admit it's all about the coronavirus. But of course, you know what I mean, that does link in with the football at the same time. But let's get back to the websites I was going to. Of course, the contracts of our players. It's a very, very serious time in the best of, you know, when this football does continue. The championship sort of officials and of course the president, etc., they're going to actually allow us to play them players that are out of contract, because at this moment in time, if this sort of virus didn't come into the sort of UK, or say if it didn't come about at all, our players would have obviously finished the season, obviously, I don't know, obviously that'd been like a few weeks ago, and given the circumstance of our players, who would have known, do you know what I mean? Like, would they have gone out of contract and just been allowed to go? Would they have been given new contracts? We don't know this, and that's the bit that sort of spins me head a little bit. Like, at the end of the day, if football does restart, brilliant, cool. I said I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, part of me's not looking forward to it, because, of course, we could lose like 9 players. Basically, our full defence will be gone. Johnny Howson's the other name. That's who I was looking for then. Johnny Howson's actually the 9th member of that team that could be out of contract, so we won't have a defence. And it'd just be an absolute mess for us, to be quite honest with you. We literally have to play our kids, and it'd be unfair on us if that is the case of whereby, you know, the season does restart, we've got no players left, everyone's out of contract, and, you know what I mean, listen, we have to start with all the sort of under-23s, but I get relegated to League One. Fantastic news. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I don't want that to happen, but at the same time, I'm sure there's many clubs inside the Championship that, of course, have players out of contract at this moment in time. Are we going to be allowed to sort of renew their contracts and then let the season restart? What's going to happen? I mean, I say, listen, comment section down there, man. Post your comments down below. What do you think is going to happen? You know, given if the football does come back, you know, players out of contract, are they going to be allowed to play even though they have no contract left? But it isn't their fault, because, of course, I mean, obviously, like, the season went short in March, and of course they still had like a month or 2 left on their contract. Who knows what's going to happen? But of course, listen, all this sort of information is very, very exciting. But of course, at the same time, we all have to keep ourselves safe. Of course, stick to the government's guidelines. It's the most important thing. Social distance, etc. But listen, of course, football's very, very exciting, and I won't even lie to you when I say, listen, you know, obviously, you know, Bundesliga's on tomorrow. I'm very excited for it. I won't lie to you. I am very, very excited to watch some more football. You know, we've had like 2 months without it now, and I get that isn't the most important thing in the world. But at the same time, being a sports fan, I do look forward to watching sports. So of course, I am excited for tomorrow's game. I can't lie to you. But at the same time, I hope that everything goes nice and smooth tomorrow. I hope everyone sort of keeps to the government's guidelines. You know, in whichever country people are in. Of course, that was Germany. Hopefully everyone keeps safe. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Hopefully everyone's sort of families are okay. Everyone's keeping safe. That is the most important thing inside this sort of pandemic. But of course, people, comment down below. What on earth do you think is going to happen? Are you looking forward to the football coming back? In your sort of opinion, do you think that the football should not come back at all until this is fully gone, or do you think, you know, behind closed doors might be the best option? Comment down below, people. Let me know all your thoughts. Of course, I'm live tomorrow. Of course, there's the Dortmund Schalke game, the Bayern Munich game on Sunday, and of course, there's one more game on Monday. Gonna go live for the full weekend. Hope you've enjoyed as always. Like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe. And I will see you guys again tomorrow for the live stream. Till then, take care. Peace out.